Welcome to Important Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Are you worried about what happens if the world's chip supply suddenly stops? Look around. Your phone, your car, your television, even your refrigerator. All these devices run on tiny electronic brains, semiconductor chips. These chips are the unseen heartbeat of our world, powering everything from supercomputers to children's toys. Without them, our lives would be thrown back decades. Their creation is a marvel of human ingenuity, and their supply is a matter of global importance. A disruption anywhere can have massive consequences: shortages, slowed economic growth, even shifts in global power. Decisions in Beijing, Washington, and The Hague will shape the future of technology for everyone. The stakes could not be higher for all of us. In the Netherlands, a new kind of Dutch master is at work, not with paintbrushes, but with silicon wafers and beams of light. These engineers work for ASML, a company crucial to the global tech industry. ASML builds the world's most advanced lithography machines, the tools that print intricate circuits onto chips. Only ASML can produce the most advanced type: extreme ultraviolet or EUV machines. These are essential for making the smallest, fastest, and most powerful chips powering smartphones, AI, and scientific breakthroughs. Now, geopolitical tensions are rising, and the consequences could be profound. The stakes are no longer just technical. The world is watching. What do ASML's machines actually do? Imagine shrinking a city map to fit on the head of a pin, every street perfectly clear. Lithography machines use powerful light to project circuit patterns onto silicon wafers, building chips layer by layer with nanometer precision. The latest EUV machines use an extremely short wavelength of light, allowing even smaller, more intricate features. Creating this light is an engineering marvel, blasting molten tin droplets with lasers to create plasma that emits EUV light. Each machine costs over $200 million, is as large as a bus, and contains more than 100,000 parts from hundreds of suppliers. They're shipped in pieces, assembled on-site by specialists, and only a few companies can afford them. Only ASML can make them, making this technology a strategic asset. Access to these machines means producing more powerful, energy-efficient chips, a direct advantage in economic strength and national security. That's why control over their sale is now central to the US-China tech rivalry. The fate of these miracle machines is now tied to the fate of nations. The future of computing depends on who holds the key. China, once the world's factory, now aims to be a technology superpower. Its Made in China 2025 plan targets self-sufficiency in critical tech, especially semiconductors. China imports over $400 billion in chips annually, more than it spends on oil, making it vulnerable to foreign leverage. To break this dependence, China is pouring resources into building its own chip industry, seeking to design and manufacture advanced chips domestically. But building a cutting-edge semiconductor industry is incredibly hard. It requires deep expertise and access to specialized equipment. For years, Chinese companies relied on ASML's older DUV machines for essential chips. But to compete at the highest level, China wanted the top-tier EUV machines. The US, seeing China's rise as a threat, imposed export controls to block access to advanced chipmaking technology. The Netherlands, under US pressure, restricted ASML's sales to China, putting the company in a tough spot between its biggest trading partners. The result: a technological blockade, with ASML caught in the middle. The global chip supply chain is now a battleground. The stakes are national security, economic power, and the future of technology. China hasn't stood still in the face of Western restrictions. It's passed sweeping new laws on national security, data, and anti-foreign sanctions to control technology and information flows. These laws give Beijing broad powers to restrict exports of vital tech and materials, and to punish foreign companies that comply with Western sanctions. The legal risks for companies like ASML have skyrocketed. China's unreliable entity list threatens fines and trade restrictions for companies seen as harming Chinese interests. If ASML follows Dutch and US export controls, it risks retaliation from Beijing. If it doesn't, it faces legal trouble at home. In 2023, China restricted exports of gallium and germanium, key metals for semiconductors, demonstrating its own leverage in the supply chain. The message is clear: restrict our access to technology, and we'll restrict your access to critical materials. The rules of global tech have changed. Companies are caught in the crossfire. The world is watching who will blink first. ASML, the Dutch tech giant, is at the epicenter of this geopolitical storm. Under US pressure, the Dutch government blocked ASML from selling its most advanced machines to China, costing billions in potential sales. In 2023, new Dutch export controls went even further, restricting sales of advanced DUV machines as well. China's new laws and counter-sanctions have made it riskier for ASML to operate in the country, complicating everything from sales to routine service. The threat of China restricting raw materials like gallium and germanium adds another layer of uncertainty. Even if ASML doesn't use much of these metals, its customers do, so a shortage could hurt demand for ASML's machines. The global supply chain is deeply interconnected. A restriction in one country can ripple across continents. ASML's future is now tied to forces far beyond its control. The immediate effect of these controls? Lost revenue. China was ASML's fastest-growing market. Now, a huge chunk of business is gone. The uncertainty forces ASML to rethink its long-term strategy and makes investors nervous. Political tension creates an unstable business environment. Rules can change overnight, making planning nearly impossible. Companies are forced to duplicate supply chains, raising costs and reducing efficiency. The era of globalization is giving way to one of resilience and onshoring. The biggest risk: these controls may accelerate China's own tech development. By denying access to foreign technology, the West is pushing China to build its own machines and supply chains. In a decade, ASML could face a formidable, state-backed Chinese competitor. The very policies meant to contain China may end up creating a powerful rival. The stakes are not just about business, they're about the future of global innovation. The world is watching how this gamble plays out. This conflict isn't just a Dutch or Chinese problem, it ripples across the global economy. The world's chip supply is already fragile. Geopolitical tensions make it even riskier. Disruptions in chip-making equipment could trigger more frequent, severe shortages, affecting industries everywhere. Car makers in Germany, device manufacturers in Japan, telecoms in India, all depend on a steady chip supply. The dispute over Dutch machines creates uncertainty for everyone, leading to higher prices and slower innovation. There's a bigger risk. The world could split into two competing tech ecosystems, one led by the US and allies, the other by China. Technologies might become incompatible, fragmenting the digital world and reversing decades of globalization. For consumers, this means higher costs and slower progress. Global collaboration has driven breakthroughs. Political barriers could slow the next wave of innovation. The digital Iron Curtain is no longer just a metaphor. The future of technology and our connected world hangs in the balance. The stakes are global. The outcome will affect us all. We've reached a fork in the road for our digital future. For decades, globalization fueled wealth and progress. ASML is a symbol of that era. Now, technology and geopolitics are colliding, putting up new barriers. National security concerns are overriding economic logic. The case of ASML is a warning. Even the most innovative companies can be held hostage by politics. The West's controls may slow China, but they may also create a powerful new competitor. The world is watching. Will we manage this competition, or descend into a digital Cold War? The fate of Dutch chip machine makers is a test case for our interconnected world. Will we find a way to protect security without destroying collaboration? The answer isn't written yet. The stakes are high, for business, for innovation, for all of us. The next chapter of the digital age is being written now. and its outcome will shape the world for decades to come.